Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sports Central where we bring you all the latest in the world of sports. My name is Emmanuel. Today we are talking about the Super Eagles' emphatic 3-0 win over Benin Republic. Billed as a grudge match, this was no ordinary game, of course, for the Super Eagles. Nigeria had to make a statement after losing the previous match against Benin Republic. And boy, did they deliver. Ademola Lookman's brace and a stunning finish from Victor Osimhen sealed the win for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, let's break down this incredible performance, the tactics behind it, and the key players who made it happen. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Ademola Lookman stole the show with two fantastic goals while Victor Osimhen came off the bench to remind us why he's one of the deadliest strikers in the world. But this win wasn't just about goals and highlights. It was a tactical masterclass and a crucial turning point for Nigeria's road to the African Cup of Nations, right? So, sit back, relax, and let's dissect every inch of this match from key tactical decisions to the players who stole the spotlights. As always, your opinions matter, so feel free to jump into the comment section and share your thoughts on the game. Trust me, you're going to want to stay until the end of this because this episode is packed with analysis, insights, and maybe even some bold predictions about the future of Nigerian football. All right, let's talk about one of the biggest takeaways of the match, the return of three at the back formation. For years, the Super Eagles have toggled between the different setups we had, the 4-4-2, 4-3-3, you name it. But under Austin Eguavoen, it seems like Nigeria has finally found its identity with the 3-4-3 formation, and Benin Republic match is a proof of that. Think back to the AFCON earlier this year. Under Jose Peseiro, we adopted the 3-4-3 system, and for the most part of it, it worked. Our defense looked tighter, our wing-backs provided the much-needed width, and we reached the final against all odds. Since then, the system has been fine-tuned somehow, and Eguavoen has stuck with what worked. Against Benin, it was no different. Now, many people were skeptical about using this formation again, especially given that Benin Republic defense is notoriously good. I mean it, those guys are good, their defense is uptight. However, the moment the match kicked off, you could tell this wasn't going to be one of those cagey encounters. The Super Eagles pushed high up the pitch with our wing-backs, Semi Ajayi and Ola Aina, stretching the Benin defense and forcing them to cover a lot of ground. In fact, I'll argue that it was the width of these players that provided Lookman and Boniface the space to operate in those central areas on the pitch. Of course, we saw the result, 90 minutes of complete control. When we were in possession, the back three morphed into a solid line and neutralized any counter-attacking threat. The defense was tight. Ekong was fantastic. Everybody in that defense was fantastic. And out of possession, we pressed high and pinned Benin back in their half. What's really interesting is how the formation has also unlocked more creative freedom for players like Alex Iwobi, who, in my opinion, is flourishing under this new system. He was fantastic in my books, even though some people have criticized him, but I think he did perfectly fine in that match. He was everywhere on the pitch, linking play between defense and attack. The 3-4-3 is becoming the Super Eagles signature style. Is it here to stay? I certainly hope so. Let's talk about the strikers now. Before the match, there was a lot of chatter about who should lead the line for Nigeria. Victor Osimhen, our top goal scorer, who had just completed a move to Galatasaray, started the match on the bench, with Bayer Leverkusen's Victor Boniface taking his place in the starting 11. Now, Boniface is no pushover. He's had a good start to the season. He was fantastic last season. He played very well, and many expected him to carry that form into this match. And to be fair, he showed glimpses of brilliance, but there was something missing. Despite the possession, despite all the build-up play, the Super Eagles were blunt in attack. Boniface found it tough to break down Benin's deep line defense until that goal from Lookman in the first half. The game was crying out for a spark, and that spark came in the form of Victor Osimhen. The moment he was subbed on in the 72nd minute, the entire tempo of the game changed. Suddenly, Nigeria had a focal point man in attack. Osimhen's pace, his direct running, his ability to drag defenders out of position opened up space for the entire team. And then just 6 minutes after coming on, he did what Osimhen does best. He scored, of course. A beautiful volley after a slick team move and an assist from Ndidi, and just like that, the game was out of Benin Republic's reach. Now, here's something to consider. Should Osimhen be an automatic starter for the Super Eagles, or should Boniface get more time to prove himself? What do you guys think? I mean, this match certainly tilted the scales in favor of Osimhen, but Boniface brings a different skill set to the table. Let me know in the comments who you think should be our main man up front moving forward. Now, let's shift focus to the man of the match, the big man himself, talking about Ademola Lookman. This guy was on fire, 2 goals and a constant threat down the wings. If there were any doubts about Lookman's place in this squad, he silenced them with this performance. Guys, I mean, the first goal was a thing of beauty, a solo effort that saw him dribble past 2 defenders before calmly slotting the ball past the keeper. That's what you call a game changer, guys. He's fearless, confident, and absolutely lethal in front of goal. His second goal was also beautiful, pouncing on a cross from Moses Simon to head the ball back into the back of the net. Lookman is a fantastic player. I mean, he has been tearing it up for Atlanta in his Serie A and is bringing that form to the national team. I can't wait to see what he achieves for the national team in the next few years. Don't forget, he's the only African player nominated for the Ballon d'Or this year. I mean, that's no small thing. That's no small thing. Lookman is on track to become one of the greatest Nigerian players of all time, and performances like this, like the one we saw against Benin, will only help make his case as the future of Nigerian football. What do you guys think? Is Lookman currently the best African player out there, or is there someone else who deserves that title? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's talk about the mastermind behind this victory, Austin Eguavoen. Now, if you've been following Nigerian football, you know Eguavoen's reputation. Some people love him for his attacking style, while others feel he's too rigid. But let me tell you something. The Austin Eguavoen we saw during this match was inspired. I mean, man knew what he was doing, made the right decisions, and it absolutely paid off. And his last stint with the Super Eagles, we played some of the most exciting football I've seen in years during the AFCON group stages. Yes, we had our shortcomings, but there was flair, there was creativity, and there was intensity. Fast forward to yesterday, we are seeing the attacking philosophy, but with more tactical discipline. Eguavoen has brought balance to this team. The high press was evident, the transitions were sharp, and even the defensive shape was solid throughout. Benin Republic never had a clear-cut chance in this game. No, I didn't see any chance from them in that game, for real. So, is Eguavoen the man to take us forward? Should he be handed the reins permanently? Let's have that discussion in the comments, because based on this performance, I think he's making a strong case for himself. Looking ahead, this win against Benin Republic isn't just about securing the 3 points. It's a statement of intent. The Super Eagles are back, and we are heading for big things. But what are the next steps? Can we maintain this momentum, or will we fall back into the inconsistency we've seen in the past? The road to the African Cup of Nations is long, and there are some tough challenges ahead. So the question is, how do we stack up? Are we good enough to go all the way? What do you think of Nigeria's new system? Is Osimhen our most dangerous weapon, and is Lookman Africa's best player right now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course subscribe. And that's it on today's episode of Sports Central. Until next time, keep watching the beautiful game. My name is Emmanuel. Adios.